Do you ever have those days where nothing is actually wrong, but something still feels off? Like your life looks fine, you are doing what you're supposed to do, you are keeping up with the things, you're functioning basically. But if someone asked you how you're doing, you would probably just say, I'm fine, but internally, it does not feel like fine. It feels like you're just moving through your day without really being in it. You wake up, you check your phone, you go through your routine, maybe even get some things done. But at the end of the day, it feels like nothing really stayed with you. Like the day just happened, but you were not fully there for it. And you don't really question it in that moment. You just move on to the next thing and then the next. But later, when everything gets quiet, that's when it starts to catch up on you. Not in a dramatic way, just small thoughts that feel louder than they should. You start wondering if you actually feel okay, or if you've just been distracting yourself all day. You question whether this is what you really want, or if you've just gotten used to it. And suddenly, everything feels a little flat. That's the confusing part. Because there is no big problem to point at, nothing has clearly gone wrong. So instead of questioning your life, you start questioning yourself. But this feeling actually makes sense. When you spend a long time doing what is expected of you, like following routines, meeting deadlines, your brain slowly shifts into autopilot. You stop actively choosing and start continuing. And over time, this creates a disconnect between what you're doing and what actually feels meaningful to you. So even if your life is okay, it does not feel personal anymore. There is also something your brain naturally does, which makes this feeling even stronger. It's called hedonic adaptation. But in simple terms, it just means this, that your brain gets used to everything. The routine you once struggled to build, the things you once wanted, even the progress you worked hard for. After a while, it all just starts to feel normal. And when everything feels normal, it stops feeling meaningful. So even if your life is objectively fine, your brain does not register it as fulfilling anymore. It just feels like something you're used to. And that's why nothing feels wrong, but nothing feels right either. And your brain tries to resolve that by overthinking. It starts scanning your life for answers. Like, should I change something? Am I on the right path? Am I wasting time? But instead of clarity, you just end up feeling more uncertain. Because the real issue isn't that your life is falling apart, it's that it doesn't fully feel like yours anymore. And that usually happens when you've grown a version of yourself, but you're still inside the life that version created. So everything still works, but it doesn't fit the same. That's why it feels off. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because something in you is changing. And that in between phase where you don't fully connect to your current life, but you don't know what's coming next either, that's what feeling lost actually is. It's not failure, it's not you falling behind, it's you becoming aware that something needs to shift. And awareness doesn't feel exciting at first. It feels uncomfortable. It feels uncertain. But it is also the point where you stop living on autopilot and start asking what actually matters to you. So if you have been feeling like this, like everything is fine, but something feels missing, you're not the only one. And you're not broken for sure. You're just becoming aware. And like I said, awareness is uncomfortable, but it's also where real change begins. If this is something you've been feeling lately, I made something for that. It is a journal called I Don't Feel Like Myself. It's a space to put these thoughts somewhere outside your head, especially the ones that don't make sense yet. So if you need it, the link is in the description, or you can message, and you can come back to it whenever you want to feel a little more clear.